Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go back to the basics. So this is going to be for anybody that is new to Cricut Design Space, or even if you've already been playing with it and you may not understand what a few things are for, or even for people that are just kind of interested to see how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do three-part videos. So today we're going to go through the basics. So we're going to go over each different icon, what it's for, and then we're going to have an advanced video that's going to be more into contouring, bringing an image in, things like that. Then we're going to have a third video, which is going to show you using your different blades and how to load the materials such as fabric, iron-on, vinyl, wood, things like that. So, and then what each different mat is for. So that will be the third video. So when you're watching this one's going to go up Monday, which is today, and then you're going to have the next video is going to come up Wednesday, part 2, and then part 3 is going to come up Friday. Now, if you're watching this at a later time, all videos will be linked down in the description, so you'll have part 2 and part 3 in the description down below. I will also have this in a playlist, so you can click on the playlist and you'll be able to watch these back to back. And I also will have these videos play each time after each video. So part 2 will play after the first one, part 3 will play after the second one. So that way you'll have 3 basic videos and you'll be ready to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So when you first get to Cricut Design Space, now say that you've already set up your machine, which is not very hard. You're going to go to Cricut Design Space, you're going to sign up, and then you're going to, I can't really show you that because I've already got my machine set up, but you're going to set that up and then you're going to, connect your machine. Those are very easy, but this is going to be from once you already got it going. So once you come to Cricut Design Space, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have My Projects, which is right here. This is going to be all the files that you save. So right here, you'll be able to scroll this arrow right here. So if you click this arrow, you can see these are just, you'll continue. Each time you save a file, you'll have them right here. Now you could also click the View All button, which is right here. So if you click View All, it's going to bring up all of your designs here. So you'll be able to do that. So you can see all of your stuff. So let's go ahead and go backwards because we're just going to go over each one of these. And then if you go down, you're going to see My Ready to Make Projects. So you can see stuff that came with your machine or whether you're an Access member. But these are going to be projects that are ready for you to make. And once again, if you come over here and if you come over here and click this arrow, you can see those, or you can click the View All button and you will see all these ready to make projects just like this. So these are the ones that come with your machine. So it'll either be your machine or Access, like I said. So all of these should pretty much be free. And let me go ahead and show you just kind of clicking on one. So say that I decided I wanted to make this one here. So I'm going to give you an example. This is the way that it would come up. Now this is where the price would be. So if you had, if it's going to cost anything, this is exactly where it's going to show that. So now let's go ahead. This one doesn't have a customize button. A lot of times they have customized, but this one does not. It's going to tell you what it is. Sometimes there's more pictures. This one's just one, but usually if there is, it'll have where you can click and kind of go to the side. It will show you whether this is an easy. Let me kind of show you. So it'll show you whether it's an easy and how long it should take you to make this project. Then you will have description, and then it'll kind of give you what it is, the finished size, how big they are, so you know whether it's going to work for what you need it for, all of your materials, everything else that you will need. And then it'll tell you skills. So you need to know hand sewing, preparation, gathering your things. And then it'll tell you as you're cutting what will be on mat 1, mat 2, mat 3, so on and so forth. Then if you come down here and click this one here, this is where it's going to give you a PDF to kind of give you, how to put this together. So this is going to be your pattern. So you can kind of get a little more in-depth of what you need to do, how to put this together, stuff like that. Now, not all of them have these, but this is like simplicity. So let's go ahead and hit the back button, back at the front here. So that was My Ready to Make Projects. Then you have Top Video Tutorials. So these are ones that's going to show you how to, work with stuff. So this one is Make the Scoring Wheel Project. This one is Design Space Fundamentals. Let's Work Together. So these ones right here are going to be videos to show you how to do simple things. So that's pretty cool that they now have this. Then you also have cards, so you're going to have the same thing. So this is card section. You have Cricut Access. If you're an Access member, which I highly recommend, I pay yearly, which I believe is $100, or you can pay, I believe it's like $9.99 a month. You can do it whichever way. I think yearly saves you just a few dollars, so if you can afford to do it all at once, if not, just do that. There is a lot more to the Access, and I think $9.99 is not bad for to be an Access member if you're going to be doing projects all the time. So this is Cricut Access, and once again, you can click View All if you wanted to. This will kind of go in a little bit more on the advanced. So home decor is going to be anything that's just home decor. If you're looking for something home decor, iron on. So if you're looking for anything that's iron on, that's going to be those projects. Martha Stewart projects, sewing projects, summer projects, vinyl, new Cricut community projects. So you have just different where people are just creating these right here and sharing the files. So this is that tool holder that you can make for the for your machine here. So you'll see it come up. It's going to show you the shapes that they use, a square and a circle. And then this is what I was talking about with the customize. So you can actually click this button, customize, instead of hitting make it. And you would come here, and sometimes you need to scroll over. So if you notice you come over this way, it's actually, I always try to save my projects when I'm going to share them to where it's going to land here. But this would be the project that you're working on. That way if you wanted to resize it or anything like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go backwards. Okay, so that basically covers everything that is on the front page. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So you have this button here, which is 3 lines. This is going to obviously give you your name, your profile, so you can like fill that information out for if you're going to be sharing files. You have the home button, which is going to take us back to the home. I'll click that in just a second. You have the canvas. This is going to take us directly to the canvas. This is where you would set up your new machine. So if you have a new machine, you would click this button here. And then, I'm trying to get these where I can highlight it. Calibration, this is where if you ever need to calibrate a blade or anything like that, which usually you don't have to do, but if you did, that's where that's at. Then you have manage custom materials, update firmware, so if you ever need to update any of your firmware, your account details, link a cartridge. That's just where if you have a cartridge, which if you have a maker, you're going to have to purchase a separate tool for that, but if you have any of the other machines, you would just pop it into your machine, and then you would just link it right here. Cricut Access, that would be, you know, if you're an Access member, to just click on that. Settings, legal information, basically going to give you that mumbo jumbo legal information, if that makes sense. New features, I guess this is where it would update you and tell you anything that's new. So it'd be just like if you started, you can click on that again to see what is new right now, what they've currently changed or updated. And then let's click out of that. And then you also have, you can change it. So you can change it from United States, Canada, or United Kingdom. You have help in case you need help with anything here. And then you also have sign out. So that way if you sign out, I never sign out, I always stay signed in. But if you're on somebody else's computer, you may want to do that. And then feedback. Feedback is where if you're having an issue with something, your file's not working correctly, the shapes, you know, it's kind of freezing, anything like that, this is where you need to come click the feedback button and let them know that it's going on, because if we all don't come together and let them know, they don't know. Let's go ahead and get started. So what you would want to do when you come to this page here, you would either want to click New Project, which is right here, or just come up here and simply click Canvas. Okay, so this is a fresh page. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over each button here to show you what it's for and kind of work over that. So here we go. So what we're going to do, so you would have new. So if you were working, so say I was working on something, let me just show you. Let's see. Okay, say that I was working on this right here, but I'm done with it. I don't want to save it. I'm just done. I want a new page. I can either delete it here, but if you had a bunch of stuff, you'd want to just come over here and click the new button. It would ask if you want to save it, replace it, or cancel. I'm just going to hit replace. So now we have a fresh new page. So this template right here, this is an awesome tool if you're making t-shirts or anything like that. So you can see here it's got tons of different canvases. So whether you're working on a backpack, shorts, you know, any of these type of things. So the one that I use the most is a t-shirt. So say you're working on a t-shirt, you would come here to classic t-shirt, you're going to click it. Now once you get this to come up, it's going to give you options with men's short sleeve. You can pick what kind of shirt it is. So let's leave it on that. And then you can pick whether it's a, you know, custom size, small, medium, large. So say that it's a medium, it'll bring it a little bit bigger. So this is not going to cut. So this is just a background piece. So if I come over here and I add something on it like this, okay, just like this piece is not going to cut. So if you can see, I'm going to go to make it to cut. That is not going to cut. That is just a background. It's just a template, as it's called. So, and it comes up with two pieces here, because this is going to be the front, and then this is going to be the back. So those are very handy. So that's what the template is there for. All right, so let's go ahead and go to projects. This is where I've already showed you. So if you click on projects, right now it's on all categories. So if you kind of scroll through here, it's going to be like what's more popular, what's kind of new. So you'll just kind of scroll through there. Now, if you want to pick a certain kind of project, you would come right here and you would choose. So you have my projects, my favorites, all categories, which that's what it's on. You have my ready to make projects, featured projects, Cricut community. That's going to be where all the people that's just like me and you out there creating stuff. You're going to have Cricut Access for all the Access members, accessories, Anna Griffin, baby, cards, Christmas, clothing, coloring, free to the Cricut Air 2, Cricut Air 1, Maker, graduation, holidays. You have home decor, iron-on, kids crafts, knife blade, Martha Stewart, monograms, party events, photo memories, planners, Riley Blake designs, sewing, simplicity, and vinyl. So say I wanted to make a monogram, I'd click that, and I could see all the different types of monograms pop up here. So that's just kind of showing you how that kind of works. Okay, so next thing we have here is images. Now this is going to be where you come, this is like cartridges. So if you've ever owned a machine before and you've upgraded, so say that you owned one of the first machines, but you had all of your cartridges, because once you ever sign up for Cricut through Cricut, the regular Cricut website, you still have that. So you would log in with that information, and if you come right here to cartridges, which is right here, you would click that, and you can see that you can come to filter, and you want to go to my cartridges. So these are all the ones that I own. So like from the past where I may have owned, so when I had my Imagine machine, these are all those ones. So if you've ever linked a cartridge in the past, this is where they are. So if you ever buy these ones that I just bought from the digital, this is where they're going to come. So you could actually clear that, and then it's going to just show all cartridges, which is also the ones you can purchase. So you can continue to scroll down here, and you may see some, like this one here. You can see that you can buy it for $22.99. So some of these are just here, they're free, and then, or you may have already owned them, like this is an Access one. You can purchase these as well to have them in your files. Okay, so that is, let me go back here. So images. Okay, so you've got categories. So on the images, you can choose categories. You can go to featured. You got all these different categories here. I'm not going to go over each one, but you can basically see. So say if you were looking for something that was Christmas, you click on that, and it can bring up all these different images that are Christmas related. So let me go ahead and hit the back button there. That way I can finish scrolling and kind of show you so you can see all the different healthcare and medical, household items, so whatever you may be working on. Or go to images, and this is another way to search. So say that I'm looking for something that has to do with the lake. I would type in lake right here in the search bar, so just right here. And then I would hit search. So anything that is pertained to a lake is here in your images, just like this. So if they're an Access, and if you are an Access member, they will have this green A on them, just like this. And then if they're not Access, but they may be free or they may cost money, the price is right here at the bottom of each one. So you can see they say it says $1.99. These say subscribe because they're an Access. So that's how that just kind of works. So let's see, let's go ahead and let me do another one. So say I'm looking for something that is a bear. I click search, and then you can see anything that they have that is anything to do with a bear will pop up here. So you can see all of these here. Now, the second video, the advanced, is where we're going to bring images in. Right now we're just going over all the buttons here, and once again you can tell whether they're Access or they cost money here. Alright, so that is the images, and you can have them list in different ways. So you can click this here to kind of get it to list in more small pieces or in bigger ones. And I think that's everything for this one. And then you're going to come to the next button here is text. So right here, if you click this text button, let me go ahead and delete this. Okay, so if you hit text, it's going to pop up right here. Now when you click text, all these options here are now going to pop up. So if I get rid of text, if I click here, you can notice there's nothing. But as soon as you click text, you get all these different options. So let's go ahead and test that out. So I'm going to go ahead and type out my name and bring it up here. And then part 2, we're going to talk about bringing your own fonts in here. Okay, so here's my name. So now this is the options that we get when you're clicked on it. So if you click on this button right here, which is where it says font, right here you have font, style, font size, letter space, line space, alignment, curve, and advanced. Okay, so let's start with font. So if I want to change my font, I would click on it here. So this is all the fonts that will come up. So they could, some may be free. So you can see again the A's here, which means access member. This is just free. It don't cost money. It has no money next to it. But there's some of these, if you continue to scroll, you can see that it costs money. So pay attention for that, because you may design out your whole project and then get to the very end and you actually have to purchase that, which these are still not. And once you purchase it one time, you do have it forever. Okay, so let's continue to go on. So there's all these different fonts. So if you want to test them out, just keep it clicked like this so I can test out the different ones. As long as it's clicked, you can continue to click any of these just to kind of play around with it. So let's say those are regular fonts. So let's say that we're messing with something that's kind of got a little bit of a like cursive to it. So like this one right here, even though it costs, I'm just going to show you. So I've clicked on that and it should change any second. Okay, so now a lot of people, which I thought too when I first started, you think that this is the way it's supposed to come out and you just cut it like this, and it's not. You need to bring these pieces together. So this is how you're going to do it. So let me go ahead and go on to style really quick. So regular, right now it's regular, or you can change it to a writing so I can use it to cut with my pen, to write with my pen if you will. So I can change it to a writing, or I can have it regular. So then you have font size. So you can change it like this if you want to, but you can easily just change it like this. Or you could come up here and I could change. So I know for sure that I need the length of it to be 8 inches. I would click it here. Then I would just click on the height here. So you can see this area here. So I've just put the 8 here and then clicked here, which then made it move. All right, let's go ahead and go in. So that's how you would change the size there. So let's go into letter spacing. This right here is where you're going to come into letter spacing. Down arrow is going to bring it in, and the top arrow is going to bring it out. So what you want to do is bring that in. So we're going to go ahead and start bringing it in. So you want to bring it in. Sometimes you can do this without grouping, and sometimes you can't. So that's as far as I can bring that in. So I'll kind of bring that in closer so you guys can see. So you can see that it's connected here now. It's connected here. It's kind of wanting to overlap, but the rest of these need to come in. But if I continue to letter space, let me show you what will happen. It's going to just continue to overlap. So you want to go backwards. So just like this. So what you would do at this point is you can either come up here to ungroup, which is right here, or you can come to advanced, which this is a new feature that Cricut just brought in. You can click advanced, and then you would want to click ungroup to letters. So now each one of these are individuals. You can see that I can literally just move these around. So I'm going to hit undo and put those back. So this is how I do it. So these ones are already connected. This one needs to be moved just a hair. So you're going to grab it and just ever so slightly move it around until it's lined up perfectly. And then you're going to come to the next letter. So we're going to start back this way. So you're going to carefully, slowly bring this in. Now if you're using an iPad, it actually has some tools that help you align these better. But the desktop does not right now. So what I do is I'm going to use the command button on my laptop, and I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to hold down the command, and I'm going to click these because these two are already connected. You can either use your over arrow on your laptop, just like this. If it goes too far, you can grab your mouse and carefully slide it over. You just want to see where it looks normal, just like if you were writing that out. You don't want to have it like this, and you don't want to overlap it like this. You just want to perfectly have it lined up where it looks like you wrote it out. So you can see it kind of went in a little bit here, but there's not too much you can do sometimes with some of these fonts. So then the next one, I'm going to use the arrow over on my laptop. I'm going to bring it in as much as I can. So that one looks good. And if I actually want to space it out just a little bit more, I can do that. Same thing, I'm going to click my command button, click that one, click the L, and then I'm going to bring these in just like that. So once you have them, you're going to come up here. You can click the select all button, or you could just click on your and hold your mouse down, so you can click somewhere on the outside of this area here. Hold your mouse down and drag it across like this. And then you're going to come down here and hit weld. Okay, so now you can see this is one piece. This is what this font is supposed to look like. So I'm going to type that out one more time so you can see what it looked like before. This is what it looked like before. So if we would have left it, and like I said, I have been here, done that. You think that that's just how it's supposed to be. But all you need to do is that letter spacing. That is how you would mess with font. So that is the basics. So basically, the next one too, you have a couple more features here. So let's go ahead and type that out again. But let me go into just some regular font here. Next cool feature here, so we went over letter spacing. You have line spacing, so let me show you how that is. Anything, but you're going to have lines here. So now this is one piece because I typed it all on the one font box. You could do line spacing. So if I want to bring these closer together, this box right here, the line spacing is going to do that. So if you push up, you can see that's going to go further apart. If you click down, it's going to bring it in. So you can see those slowly start to move in. You could hold it down if you wanted to. Okay, so just like that. So that's how you would do your line spacing. All right, so then you have alignment. So I can align these together. I can click center, or I could, align them whichever way. So that's what your alignment's for. And then you have advanced. We'll come back to curve because we're going to stick with advanced really quick. So I already showed you ungrouped to letters. Now you have also ungrouped to lines. So you can see ungrouped to lines. You're going to click that. And now these are two separate boxes. So that's what that's for. So if you type it all out at once, you can separate these just like that. All right, so now the curve is back up. So let's go ahead and put this down here and this one up here. All right, so the curve. So you would click this. So if you can see the boxes is around it, you're going to go to the right to curve this. You can curve it as much as you want, all the way around. You can curve it as much as you want to. If you come to the left, you're going to curve up. Once again, all the way around. So you can just create your own circle here, so you can do that. Then you can come to your next one, which I've already clicked on. This one, I'm going to curve in this direction. And so you can kind of mess with those just like that. And then if I needed to rotate this a little bit, I can click here. You can use this. This is going to be your tilt. So you have, let me show you that really quick. So this right here is going to be exit. That's going to be to delete the item. And you have this one right here, which is going to be to curve. You're going to be able to turn it just like that. Then you have this right here is going to be to unlock it. And that's going to be, say that I wanted to size this, but I don't want to change the height, just the width to 5. But I didn't want to change the length. So that's what that unlock is for, which we'll get into that further as well. So here in just a minute. So that's what that's for. And then this one right here is going to be to just pull it out or bring it in. So you're going to size something, you're going to either use this green arrow, and I have that unlocked. So if you have it locked, it actually stays in place. Okay, so let me delete these so I can show you that now. So, okay, so if you're going to size something, you would use this one, or you could come up here and you can change the width, and if I change the width, it would automatically change the height to keep it even. So you can do that there. So that's how you can change so you can do it here if you want to eyeball it, or if you want an exact size, you would do it here. Okay, so that's that. So let's go ahead and exit out of this. And then for shapes, the next button here is shapes. So you're going to click that, and we have a square, circle, triangle, diamond, pentagon, hexagon, star, octagon, heart, and a score line. So the score line is going to be if you're making anything that needs a score line, you're going to use your score tool to make a card or anything like that. So if I have a square here, just like this, and I wanted, because like a square is going to stay, so this would be even. So if I wanted, so I'd hit the unlock button. If I want these to be, so say the width, I want it to be 5 inches, but I want to leave the height alone. That's what the unlock button is for. So let me do that again. If I didn't unlock it, so if I left it locked, but I clicked, I want it 5 inches, and you always want to click this side, and then that'll make it go. they're going to go the same size, 5 by 5. It's always going to stay. Or once again, if you click the unlock, I can come up here and click 3, and it's only going to change the width. So that's what that's for. Okay, so once again, like I said, you got your basic shapes, then you got upload. This is where you're going to come and click. This is where you're going to upload your own picture or your own fill pattern. But we're going to get to more to that in the advance. But this is where you're going to upload your own designs, your own pictures, your own patterns. So that's what that is for. So let's go back to new. Let's replace. And let's make sure I have went over everything that is in here. So I'm going to click on a square. So you have, so right now you can see right here it says select all. And I can click that, whatever I have on my mat, and I can also click it and it would turn into deselect. So that's there. Undo is going to be to undo whatever you just did. Redo is going to be to put it back, obviously. And then for edit here is going to be you can copy it, and then I can paste it. Let's see. Nope, that one was to cut it. Okay, so if I click on it again, so this one's going to be to cut it, to make it just go away. This one's going to be to copy it, and then I can click the paste, and now it's going to bring in that second one. But there's another way to do that as well. So you can, if you wanted to duplicate this, you could come up here to duplicate. So you also on the right hand side have a duplicate button. So it's just a lot easier. It's right here, duplicate. And then you also have a delete button here. So you can delete these. So let me undo that. Now you also, so if I select both of these, then you have the align button come up. So this is where you're going to, I can center them right on top of each other, or I can center them horizontally. So you can, let me scoot those back over. So you can just arrange these however you need them to be aligned, but they both have to be selected for you to be able to do that. Okay, so then you also have arrange. So when you click on one item, you're going to have arrange if you have more than one. Arrange is going to be to bring forward or backward. So I'm going to change one of these colors so you can see what I'm talking about, and I'm going to bring the size down. So say that this was, let me move it to the back. So you can see that I can move this to the back. So I can click that, and now it's behind there, so you can't see it. So I can have it behind, or I can come back up to arrange right here. And let me click this one, and I'm going to click move to the front. So you can move forward or you can move to the front. So I'm going to click move to the front, and that is going to bring it right up here to the front. So that's what that arrange is going to be, just when you're working with different things, and you can, so if you're working and you needed to align stuff, that's how you would do that, to switch them around. We've already went over sizes. Rotate here you can do, so I can type in that I want to rotate that 90 degrees, and it's going to rotate. Position, so I never ever use this, but say that I want this square to be more over, so say that I want this square to be somewhere here. I would come up to the X here, and I would type in 11, and it would just move it over there. I literally never move that, so I just don't use that. Okay, and then like I said, if you use the text, this is where this whole row is going to come in, and I believe we've already went over all of that. So let's go ahead and go to group and ungroup. So let's say we came up here and we hit select. You now have a button pop up that says group. So right here you're going to see that it says group. I can click those together, and now they're all grouped together. So they're like one. Then you also have the button that will be here that says ungroup. So I can ungroup them all. And then you also have the duplicate button I've already showed you, and then the delete button if you want to delete anything. Another way to delete something, if you click on the item here, you can hit the delete button on your laptop, just like that, and it would be gone. Now, if I wanted to keep this, say that I was working on a project and I don't want to see this because I want to keep it here, but I don't want to cut it out. All you have to do is click on it, and then you would click the eye right here. You would click that, and it would be gone. But if you need it back, you would unclick the eye and it was back. So if you need to cut something out really quick, but you're still working on a project, you can just hide those. Or even if you're just working on something, but you don't want to completely delete it, but you want it to stay there for future, you can do that. Okay. Now, another thing here is color sync. So you have layers, and then you have color sync. So if we hit color sync, I can change these to be the same color. You would just drag one to the other, so you would grab this piece here. So say I want to change it to this, you change that, and now they're both black. So that's how you would do something like that. So we're going to go back to layers. The next thing is these buttons here. So if you click on the circle, you can change the color. So say I wanted to change it to purple, you click that here. You can customize your color, even though, I mean, it really has nothing to do with, you know, exactly what color you're putting in. But if you want to get it real close just so you can see the final product, you can change these colors to whatever you're needing them to be. And then once again, if I wanted to color sync, I could come and color sync these together, which I did that backwards. Okay, so then the next thing, so if you click on this, you can see, so you're going to have, so if you click on the circle, you're going to have layer attributes come up, and you have cut, which is going to be regular cut, whether it's vinyl, whatever it is, it's just going to cut it. Wood, it doesn't matter, it's cut. You have write, this is where it's going to turn into an ink pen. So you would put your ink pen in and it's not going to cut. So you could pick whatever color marker, so if you need to change this, and you can see that our shape changed because it's not going to fill it in, it's just going to draw this outline. Then if you want to score it, you can change it to scoring. You can see those kind of dashed lines. Let me bring y'all in a little bit closer. You can see the dashed lines here. And then you can turn it into a print and cut. So if I wanted to turn this into a print and cut, I would come up here, click print and cut, and now it's a print and cut. Alright, now patterns. So let me click back on here, come back up here. Okay, if you click on this circle again, you can click on, you have colors, which we've already worked with, or you have patterns here. So you're going to click on patterns, which is right here, and then you'll see all these different patterns come up, and they do cost money. So you can see, so this reminds me of the Imagine, where you would get the Imagine and it would print these out for you and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. So say that I wanted this piece right here. So now it's going to print and cut this, and I'm going to have those colors. So it's pretty neat. So if I was working with text here, I can change the pattern of this. So I could come up here, click the circle. So I would click the circle, I would click print. Once you click print, that is where the patterns will come up. So you're going to click patterns. So then once again, so say I want my font to be like that. We're going to do a print and cut. I can click on that. And now it's going to be this pattern. So you can cut this out. There's iron-on that's printable, and then there's regular vinyl, paper, anything that you want to do that with. So those are pretty cool. So that's another feature that it has. And then, let's see, so we did the circle, so we went over all this. If you want it to be cut, if you push cut again, it's going to get rid of that because it's not going to color it in for you. It's going to turn back to the color that it was before. We've went over all of those. If it's right here where it says see image information, you can click on that, and it'll tell you what it is. So see, you can see the selected font is Cricut Sand. So if you can't remember what font this is, you could come up here, right here it will say here, but sometimes it won't. So you can just come in here, and where it says image information, you can see what that is. Okay, so let's see here. And then you have all your basic colors. So I believe I've went over all these steps here. I want to make sure that I'm covering everything. All right, the next thing here, because this is just all of these, this is just to click on these different pieces here. Okay. So then we have the next piece. You can close these so that way you don't have them all open like that. So that's what those arrows are for. All right, then you have a blank canvas, which is right here. So this is the background, this whole background right here. So you would click. So if I wanted to change my background at any time, you can. So if you want to work on a blue mat, a teal mat, you want to work on a red mat, you can change this mat to be whatever color you want to. So that's just another thing there. I want to show you something too, because this is something that you may not realize. If you come over here, all the way on this mat, this tiny little square right here, if you click on it, you can notice the grid has gone away. If you click on it again, the big lines have gone away. Now it's solid whites. And so you click that, it has three options. So you have the whole grid, you have the bigger grids, and then you have completely white. So you can work on a solid white background. So that way as well, if you need to take a screenshot of these to work on for an SVG or anything like that, but that is there as well. It's something that you just may have not noticed that was there. So I think that's pretty much it, except for my projects. So this is where you'd click that. Once again, it's the same thing basically here. You'd click my projects to bring up all the projects that you're working on. It's just a quick route. If you click this and click it again, it'll get rid of itself. Now to save it, you're going to click right here. So you would hit click save, and then you would make your project name. So say that I wanted to name this test, and then you can put it public, or if you don't want it to be public, you would uncheck that, and then I would hit save. So now it's been saved. So if I come up to my projects, you can now see that's one of my saved projects. So, and if I wanted to work on a new project now, I would just click new because I've already saved it and it didn't even ask me. So I think I went over all the features. So that is what all of the buttons are. That's what they all do. And now in Wednesday's video, we're going to go over a little more in depth of bringing the images in, resizing those and all those. But those are just the basic functions, the basic buttons of how Cricut Design Space works, just those little, what each button means. So I hope somebody found this helpful in some sort of way. And if you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.